but the first ball of the day from the city end is bowled by Ben Coad to Dean Elgar, who's opening the batting along with Paul Walter at third and Will Sutherland at fourth. As White's second delivery is turned square on the leg side, and that's going to be the first boundary of the match. Matthew Revis having to give up the chase a couple of yards short. 224, yeah.
Terrific.
Here's White, and driven nicely by Walter, just over pitching Jack White. Half stopped by Don Bess, but going to lose the race. James Wharton and Bess chasing that one down. Yep, Jack White.
Jack White, first delivery, and that's just punched down the ground. It's going to go all the way to the boundary. Beautiful shot, that. Absolutely gorgeous. And this next delivery is, again, just... it's flicked, and it's through, and that's a wicket. First wicket of the morning, and it is Paul Walter, who just actually dispatched a ball to the boundary off his last ball. He's out for 16.
Wonderful match.
Coad comes in, and this next one, again, it's punched through beautifully. A beautiful shot, that, through the offside. And that'll go to the boundary for 4 more runs, 4 glorious runs. Next ball in, this one from Coad, and this one again flicked onto the leg side, and that is going to go to the boundary. So 4 more runs, 2 fours in the over so far, and this one is definitely quite comfortably beat Abdullah Shafiq on the offside. He's going to rattle through these overs in no time. Next one, and this one is played into the offside. In fact, it's going to go to the boundary. 4 more runs through the offside there. Good shot.
Hills in bowls, and that's nicely driven, and that's gone back past the bowler. I think it's got the legs to get to the boundary. Fieldsman herring after it and can't quite get ne to knock it back. 4 runs and 55 for 1.
In comes Bess again. Next ball. This one beautifully hit by Elgar past the fielder. Fielder absolutely no chance at all.
Finley Bean at mid-wicket, and it was in the air. Westley has clipped the next ball to the boundary at just in front of square leg.
Elgar again turning this one through the leg side, and this time he's going to find some joy because that bobbles over the boundary rope along the carpet all the way. Lovely shot.
As this next one coming round the wicket to the left-hander, and that's played away beautifully by Elgar, who's really finding his touch with a vengeance here. It's on the board after an hour, and here Elgar has pivoted on this and hoiked it away to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. Bowls. Oh, that's again, it's going to go for 4. Wasn't at all what Elgar intended, as it rather tucked him up, went off the edge. Revis bowls, and the ball is just stopped back to the bowler. I'm going to leave you slightly abruptly with Jonathan as I prepare to go into the BBC Essex 1 o'clock news.
Ball's first delivery, and this is pushed into the offside, and it's past the fielders, then it's going to race away to the boundary, and that's 4 more runs there for Elgar.
Yeah, just a little bit too much width from Jack White.
The loss of 1 wicket as Jack White comes in again, bowls this next ball, and this again punched again, and it's going to be 4 more runs. This next ball, and again it's pushed leg side, flicked off his legs beautifully, and that is going to go all the way to the boundary.
Try a bit of something different. They've had a few slightly different fields as Elgar turns one wide of Jack White at mid-on, and he's chasing it towards the temporary stand on the far side. More from Don Bess, you would have thought, at some point today, as Elgar will be the first to win the race to 50 between these two by turning one square on the leg side, taking the score to 114 for 1. 50 exactly to Elgar. That wide attacking stance, wafting his bat behind him, turns this one through mid-wicket, and that will also take him beyond the half century, because the 2 he scores take him to 51. 117 for 1 come the end of that over.
In comes White again, this next ball. This one, this time off the just hitting the ball, hitting the pad. Was it going down leg side? Just flicked the pads.
There's Jack White round the wicket to Dean Elgar, tucks up the front knee and pulls for 4. Disappearing over the rope towards the rugby ground side of the field.
Not sure exactly how we should describe it.
Simpson, says Kate. And yeah, there was a Simpson Sky at Trent Bridge the other day, but I'm not sure this is quite as full on as that, as George Hill's latest delivery, especially with Island Women. As Revis is in, and that's flicked off the hip by Westley, and he timed that really well, actually. It's gone zinging its way towards the boundary. Revis in again, and solidly behind it this time, Westley. And Kate is very confident that's the final ball of the over, because she saw Peter Hartley start walking forward with cap in hand, ready to give it back to Matthew Revis.
As Don Best comes in again, this next one again pushed out by Dean Elgar. No run there.
Revis is in bowls.
Oh, and that's beautifully
away by Westley to the mid-wicket boundary.
Yeah.
4 runs, and he moves along to 86.
To Don Best just before tea, and this one next, and this time it's cut square, and it's past the fielder, and it's going to go to the boundary. So 4 more runs there. Faces up to Coad, and this next one is flicked over, and that is going to be a century. Yeah, great century to the applause of the crowd here at the stadium. 100 of 226 balls, 11 fours in there, and this next delivery, this time it's thwacked onto the leg side for 4 runs, pulled by Elgar.
And in comes White again, driven out by Westley. Lovely shot. Now you heard the calls there from the Essex contingent down beneath the balcony as soon as he stroked that one away.
His first ball, and in fact he's going to continue in that thing, because squarely cut beautifully by Elgar for 4 more runs.
Making his way in again over the wickets. Oh, now then there's an appeal for LBW. Gone! Goodness me, stick that one in the diary. Tom Westley has gone 222 for 2.
Go before the close of play.
In comes Coad, lovely shot by Cox. He's driven that one just like Westley did a couple of overs ago, straight through the gap at extra cover. 4-4.
In comes Sutherland again, and this time an attempt and another wicket. Yeah, it's Elgar who's gone this time on 94. 1 brings 2, and it certainly has. And Essex losing 2 important wickets at this late stage of the day.
High backlift, he's got underneath this one, and he's put it away for 4 through mid-wicket. Lost that one completely, but it over the wicket, bowling to Critchley, opens the face. He's going to get 4 for this. Run it through the gully region. There's a diving attempt by Don Bessie.
Here we see the start of a new over, and this ball is pulled to the square leg boundary by Jordan Cox, who's not a man who dies wondering. Jack White there going for White. Bowls to Cox. Cox has flayed this ball away into the offside boundary. Not sure it was entirely where he was aiming, but
comes in to bowl to Critchley, who nudges that one away backward off square on the leg side. A diving George Hill can't reel it in, so Critchley will finish the day with a single. And once again we have 2 batters who've got the same score on the board, 13 apiece.